I guess it depends on how big the carriage is, because you can get a couple different sizes, I'm sure.
Oh, I didn't mean to do a save, but that works. Your Irenaeus kind of just huffs as she tries to get the guard's attention, but he is way too focused on his job and just sighs, like glancing over her, just to see if all of the people still lined up, and it's only like the middle of the day for him.
Why are you trying to get the guard's attention?
I just don't worry about it, she says, just frustrated. But she is kind of happy to see like the nice big city coming in. And let me go ahead. So the first district you start going by, I'm gonna move the map in a second. Make sure I don't get too loud. Yeah, there you go. The first district you come in is kind of has an odor to it, but it's a little bit of manure, just because I was stabling. You also the smell of canvas. Seems to be several of the wagons. You also hear the clanking of armor and the yelling of men as it looks like to be either traders or merchant guards, like yelling back and forth, trying to get organized. Younger adventurers looking to try and get on as security for some of these caravans look completely lost, not knowing how this whole system works, as it's just yelling and waving. You guys all can see obvious that they are completely lost. The Andor now kind of actually speaks up. Where do I leave the wagon here, my lord?
Yes, we can go on foot from here. Let's find an inn. We'll need to make our base of operations temporarily.
All right. As you guys get off the wagon, you all four of you are approached. Oh, well, four, including the Irenaeus and Revi. It makes five. All of you are approached by a couple humans, a couple elves, a halfling, and they all seem to have like these large bound books, but instead of like being a bunch of pages, it's just a few of them. And they open up the books to you. You guys are completely surrounded, and the books have pictures of drinks, wine menu, and some of them have pictures of ladies on them, looking sultry. And you're having problems kind of like making headway of what inn they are offering, because they're trying to shout all over each other.
I ask Revi, why are those girls in those pictures not wearing any clothes?
Revi covers your eyes immediately.
I want to see
Irenaeus snatches one of the books and goes, at one of them. Miles just like perusing the books as she's basically looking at porn in public, and it's okay here apparently.
Fantastic.
Revi is mortified and covering the little Serenity's eyes.
Serenity's like, oh, I want to see.
Not paying too much attention in particular to the porn books, I'm going to see if I can find one that looks moderately more expensive. I don't necessarily want to spend a fortune, but I do want to be somewhere that would be... People wouldn't look twice if they saw like a noble coming in for going down to some place to run down.
Give me a perception check, hearing based, and this will be difficult as everyone's talking over each other and kind of shoving. You you are apparently the halfling voice drowns everyone, and he asks. He says he can accommodate, especially if you have more special needs, and he gives you a big wink.
No, actually.
He completely does not understand what you're talking about. Like,
Okay.
what's
How many
over
people
there.
did you say were surrounding us?
Right now, just like 3, and now 4. Or
Really?
someone else comes up and they're doing the same thing.
How close exactly are they to us?
Enough to try and show you a book and hand you a book. So within like 3 feet, 3 or 4
Oh my
feet.
gosh, that is irritating. I'm xenophobic, remember?
Yeah, that's right. Everyone is around you.
All right, I'm gonna roll intimidation to get them to back up a bit. Also, they're too close to Baylor, way too close.
I just have a general look of disdain as I'm perusing a book and letting him do
Oh my gosh.
letting them back away.
I'm slapping at Revy's hands.
Okay, so in a kind of demanding voice, I'm gonna tell them to freaking to back up.
And it's very successful. 2 of them leave. One being the halfling, and completely he forgets his binder, which your Irenes has. The painted mare. Yeah, to the painted mare. There you go.
Oh my god.
That's beautiful. But the half elf is silent and stoic, and the main thing that you all can glance is that there is a fancy wine list. Wine list, like you get a small glimpse of it, and the wine starts at around like 3 gold a glass, which is expensive. So probably something a noble could stay at.
Okay. Was I holding a book as well from one of the ones who walked away? Because you said the Irenes had the hobbits who walked away.
No, well, the half elf like clutches the book, and you see, and just like the wine menu like slips out of it, and they're kind of still there.
Okay. I'm going to, with a still general look of disdain on my face, hold out my hand expectantly towards the book.
Yes, my lord. Here you go. And you get a curtsy from this half elf. Turns out to be female with short hair.
Okay. I'll start ignoring her for a second while I flip through the book, and if it looks to my liking, I'll say, all right, this will do.
It is pretty good. Nice carpeted inn. Central location. Might be a little noisy, but it is a nice central location located near the market district, where and also not too far away from a stables, which you could direct and/or. This does look like a pretty good spot. Let me see. Random inn name. The painted mare I got just off the top of my head, which made me smile.
I feel like there's an inn called that's also a not a hostel. What's it called? Brothel in Witcher 3 or something. The Witcher universe. Sounds really familiar.
Oh, it probably is then. I haven't played Witcher yet because I still.
Oh yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
Is it painted mare? Nice. I must have seen it somewhere then.
I think it's the gray mare, but yeah, there's
The
something
gray
like
mare.
that.
Okay, something like that just sounds familiar.
It does sound familiar, actually.
All right, so you are directed to the White Cask.
Wait, we're going to White Castle?
Yes, White Castle. Yeah. Cask. So the White Barrel, pretty much.
I'll hand her back the book and say, "All right, lead the way." And then
Take us to the barrel of white.
I tell and to go to the stable for it.
Okay. Now let me go ahead and move the map. Give me the. There it is. Oh no. There we go. Let me move over. It is mostly grayed out for now.
Okay.
But I will open it up in a second. So as you guys are being led through, get rid of the swaggin. As you guys are being led through, go ahead and everybody give me a perception check.
Whoops, that was Revy.
Is
I
it
need to remember to
daytime?
do the
Crap.
names.
Oh yeah, it is daytime.
Gosh dang it.
That's actually good, because that reminds me. Alright, so she has disadvantage, so she'll take the
Okay.
6.
23. Fuzzy, okay. Serenity, even though you're kind of short, you're able to, okay, you and Baylor are able to sort of keep up. However, there is so many people around that the person doesn't notice that they have completely lost you. And you kind of shout out to them. And now you guys are sort of just stuck in the square. And let me open up a little more.
I'm gonna be so unhappy here. There's way too many people.
There's way too much shit going around. And as you guys, you stop and you notice you're in the center of the square, and for a moment, like the sea of people part. It seems like laborers are starting to go back to work. Must have been some kind of lunch hour for many people. There's also a lot of, you guys smell a bunch of street fare, street food. Everybody is trying to peddle shit towards you. Right, Vordair, so it's kind of bright here and very colorful, very loud, and very aggravating. Give me another disadvantage perception check. Just you.
Okay. Oh, that's actually
Okay.
really good.
It's really good. So you barely dodge. You and Irenes barely dodge.
A
This
freaking
woman,
cow.
this woman coming by with some cattle and calf to sell at the market, like coming right behind you. You're able to shuffle aside slightly, and the Irenes is just like, oh my god, what? Why is this here? And this lady looks aggravated because you guys are just kind of standing wide-eyed in the path. So she moves along. More people start filling up the area. Walking by.
All right. So let's see. So Serenity and I were the only two. So we saw where the half elf went, though.
Yeah, she kind of went towards the this direction. This is another inn, very large inn, but she kind of just went further south.
Okay. Making sure to keep close to Reviel and Serenity. I'll start heading in that direction.
Serenity says, "Wow, there's so many people. There's even more people than in the lair."
Serenity, right 15 feet in front of you, this is what you heard. And every time this very colorful man does that, this little dog here does a backflip.
Oh, Serenity is excited. She's like, "Wow!" And she just immediately starts to run over there. like she just bolts away from Baylor, and she just.
Can I do a
oh my
dexterity check or something
Yeah.
to try to catch her real fast?
Grapple.
Opposed grapples.
All right, that means athletics versus my dex. Yeah.
Yeah, versus deck save.
All right, beat an 18.
Dan, that was a good roll on your part, dude.
Will Revy give you aid?
Will she be able to? Because all right, so technically, since Revi's a vampire, she's in full garb, but
Yeah.
she's using her disguise self ability to appear like she's not in full garb. But so she gets like disadvantage on perception checks or anything. Would she even notice if Serenity just took off real fast?
No, because like it's blinding here, and she also cannot believe that Cal is just like walking through the path.
Yeah.
This place is stupid, and it's way too crowded and dumb. There's this fucking guy. He just runs past y'all. He's not even doing anything. He's just fucking running. He's got somewhere to be. There's like some guy just sweeping the street for some reason. Guards are looking about. Another disadvantage. Verdar, give me a perception check at disadvantage.
Sure.
Serenity is over there saying, like, pointing at the dog and the guy and be like, do it again, do it again. She's like clapping her hands together.
You notice where she is. Right there. Completely distracted too. And a couple of guards are talking too. Like they're kind of like leaning up, like on like the staircase, and flirting. And all of a sudden, she steals the attention away from the prostitute. The dog once again does another backflip.
I'm gonna walk over and get Serenity and mildly scold her.
No, but the doggy's so cute. Why?
We have to go. We have to go settle in.
Alright, I'm gonna go get the freaking
But
Aaron.
the doggy.
Oh, let the girl have a good time, sir.
I glare at him.
Who is this?
The colored man that you're like on in the past.
Okay.
The guards are like chatting up the Uranese now.
I thought he was talking to me, and if he was gonna talk to me, I was gonna punch him on the way over. He's not talking to me, so okay.
Just let them bam right in the face.
Alright, I am going to
He is really on edge, isn't he?
Alright, 1 second. I'm gonna try to intimidate him, I think, with just a glare to get him to just back off.
Now what?
You're in her path.
Oh, okay. I'm just gonna walk by. I don't care at this point. So freaking Uranese right now. Okay. So as I walk up, still irritated because we're still in a freaking large city.
That's what you hear as she walks
Oh
up
my
to.
gosh.
Baylor, make the check.
Alright. Can I say that I surreptitiously do like thaumaturgy to change I don't know, the color of my eyes to give them a sinister like glow or something?
Sure.
To give advantage to the intimidation.
Yeah, go ahead and do it.
Okay. Because my intimidation isn't the greatest.
It's not bad.
No.
With advantage, I guess it could have been better, but
I mean, I rolled a 7 and an 8, so below average both rolls.
Right.
But he's probably just going to see my eyes start glowing and like just not be impressed.
He's gonna turn around with his eyes glowing.
That dog. That's an aggressive dog right there.
I reach out and I pet the dog.
The dog,
Like as it's growling. I'm just like, oh.
The dog, like his ears go back, but he doesn't bite you because it's you and not him. He doesn't like him. He's unnatural. Now what, Verdar? That's what she's...
Why are you walking off like that? We got somewhere we need to be.
Fine. My lady, is this man bothering you? City guard. Why, yes, he is terribly such a bother.
Oh my god.
I'm a bother now, am I?
Okay, so this is all you get right now. Sir, you need to just move along. Now, they're not being aggressive or anything, but they're kind of being
They're
flirty.
kind of, yeah, they're just kind of like. Look, we have somewhere important we need to be. I'd hate for her to miss her appointment.
It's true. My lady, do you mind if we, have an appointment ourselves later?
Oh my
Ah!
gosh.
Prostitute just slaps the guard. That kind of distracts him. Hey, you can't just be doing that because people are starting to, like, look at what's going on there. This guy doesn't. He's just still sweeping. So there is your opportunity to drag her away and start, I guess, walking away.
Yeah, I'll just be like, all right, come on.
Do you want to Serenity, the guy leans down like, and he hands you what seems to be something wrapped in rosy colored paper.
I look up at him and give him like puppy dog eyes and be like, for me?
Of course, for you. And he hands it to you. Free of charge.
I open it. What is it?
If that's a freaking carnival ticket.
It's no, no. It looks like to be a solid red block of something. If you smell it, it smells sweet. Dog backflip.
Is it edible?
It's candy.
Okay.
It's like a rock candy.
Oh wow, that's some. Okay, that's interesting.
I lick it as I'm
And
watching
now
the dog.
Now, David.
So at this point,
And here's
Probably-
the con. 2 silver, sir.
At this
Okay.
point, he's enamored with the dog too. He just sits there.
I mean, I'm about to kill the dog.
Backflip.
Serenity giggles every time it does that.
The dog does not like you.
I'm gonna have Revy just cast friends on the dog.
I mean, that's just gonna make it neutral to you, right?
Yeah, just neutral to me.
Okay.
And then I'll suggest that it just run away.
I thought there was like a specific spell for friending animals, like animal friend.
Oh wait, maybe
Yeah.
friends doesn't work on dogs.
Yeah, friends doesn't work on dogs. Friends can work on dude though.
Yeah, make
No.
him neutral to you.
I mean,
Until we leave, when he immediately becomes hostile.
I'll probably just kill the dog. All right, yeah, I'm just gonna be like, all right, do you want to keep your dog, sir? As I hold out my hand and it starts glowing with ethereal light, as I'm readying. Let's see, wrong sheet. I'm thinking.
Backflip.
Serenity giggles every time. She's
I'm
trying
gonna
to
have
stop
that prepared.
herself, but every time she does it, it catches her off guard again. And then Serenity turns to Revy and she's like, "I want to teach Typhon to do that."
I don't have shit. I am woefully unprepared. to be in a city
for
and
dog killing.
my disguise. If my disguise, like I have no weapons on, I have no armor on, and I don't have the magic that I was thinking of prepared.
Y'all are fish out of water.
Excuse
love
me.
I'll have Revi prepare Eldritch Blast.
Oh, you're moving over?
Yeah.
Oh.
So yeah, Revi just holds an Eldritch Blast in her hand, and I tell her that if the kind sir doesn't leave, then he might be missing a dog.
David, known to people name is Baylor, right?
Yeah.
Baylor, is this man bothering you?
Quite.
No,
Shit,
I'd
you're
like him
armored.
gone.
but he's a nice guy. His dog is cute.
Crackling energy. I see. Well, little girl, that one is all for you. He hands you another piece, free of charge.
Yay!
Dude backs away, and another backflip.
Bye,
But
doggy.
as the dog's backing away, he has growls as you're going away.
Bye. I'm like waving at him. Bye.
Baylor, you do notice too, like all of a sudden, like after this ordeal is up, that there are city guards right nearby. Like, and these guys go away.
Good.
I was going to, if anything came of it, I would just mention that he was trying to scam me.
And I'm gonna delete them because he left. All right.
I turn and look angrily at Serenity. You are not to do that again.
Why? What did I do?
Do not run off again. Do not accept things from strangers.
But why not?
Because I said, I have not raised my hand to you yet.
Coming out, evil.
She's pouting.
We must go.
It's starting to get a little more crowded as people are going back. Whatever it is, it's around 12:30. So go ahead and I guess I'll grab y'all if y'all are moving south.
Yeah.
The cow is out of the way, and so are the lady with the calves.
David, if you'd killed that dog, we would have been in serious trouble.
He was trying to scam and harass me.
Oh, I know.
Oh, shit, I hit back.
I'm not saying you were necessarily in the wrong, but I'm just saying that could have ended up really bad.
It would have been fine. I would have just paid whatever fine there was.
You would have paid a bounty of whatever.
And then demanded that they, jail him.
The dog attacked me, I swear. I was only in self-defense of myself.
Old lady kind of just shuffling past, just screaming, and people pay her no mind. A prostitute. Well, she's not a prostitute, but
She's not handing out flyers.
yeah, I was gonna say she's more like a caller. She's calling and handing out small menus and whatnot for this location. Smells pretty good. You can see a little bit of people in there. All right, I'll take you. Go ahead more south.
Yep, I'm gonna keep going. Keep an eye out for the what was it? The white
cask.
White cask.
Go ahead and you guys give me another perception check. This one on just sight. Disadvantage if applies.
Oh shit! I have to open up my in-game or in-browser character sheets again. I accidentally hit back earlier, and it
Oh,
kind
I
of.
hate that. For me,
Close
I
the
click
thing.
a favorite. Serenity, you kind of catch a glimpse of something that's white and looks like a barrel painted on a sign. Baylor, you do not. Verdar, you do not. Is that Revy?
Yeah, sorry, that's right.
Yeah, Revy sees it and just kind of. It's enough white to kind of just hurt her eyes a little bit. And it's like, oh yeah, that's it right here. So you all almost pass it, but it is actually right here to the south. And so you guys can start heading this way.
Oh, yes, thank you. I say
Serenity,
to Revy if she points it out.
or Revy and Serenity, you're nearby.
All right.
And stay. Serenity, like, stops to look for a second.
Yeah. Serenity like stops and like looks at him. And she's like, "Hello."
That catches your ear there, Verdar and Baylor. You guys looking for someone?
No.
Oh, yes.
No? Oh, so you do answer him?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't scroll down. Okay, that makes more sense.
Oh, that's right. The darkness! Beware, the darkness rises!
And might you know how to find someone who needs to be found?
Of course. Everything has a price here. Give me an insight check, people who are looking. You wish. If not, you can head towards the end.
I will attempt to insight, although this is site-based, so we'll see how great that is.
Serenity, he has all the answers you need. Baylor, he is speaking in generalities. He cold read you. You guys were walking around looking like you were looking for something or someone, and he saw you, and he totally cold read you.
I'm not so sure you know who I'm looking for. You might know who I'm looking for.
Oh, but I might. I just might. Someone take something from you? With your insight, you know that this is cold reading. He's doing the shit that, like, psychics do.
Yeah. Good guess.
Serenity's like, "How did he know?"
Gosh dang it.
I see what he's doing, so I sarcastically say good guess.
He does not pick up on it. Somebody just, like, squeezes by you all kind of pissed off. Yes. So what do you say, partner? A couple gold my way and I can find what you're looking for. I come guaranteed.
Guaranteed, you say. And what if you don't have the information I'm looking for?
Well, then you can have your money back. Obvious lie.
Does Serenity pick up on that lie?
You trying to give me another insight check.
All right.
That's a. Let me roll. Oh yeah.
Yeah. All right.
So right now he is wasting your time. He's wasting everyone's time when you guys are right near the end.
Yeah.
Alright, well, Serenity looks up at him with glowing red eyes of fire, and a deep voice says, "Why are you lying to us?"
And he's gone.
I start snickering loudly and then just turn around. And head
She
towards the end.
also was coming around the corner, totally not related. Gone.
Nope.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was gonna type. Nope.
Serenity
Yeah.
just does that little kid head tilt thing, and she's like, "What?"
She just walks away. Why are you wasting our time? The Irenes can't even hold it in. She's just laughing her head off now at that one.
Yeah. No,
So-
Baylor starts chuckling, obviously, and is...
So Serenity thinks she did something bad, and she's like, "What? People who lie are bad."
You did nothing bad this time. And
Oh,
then start walking towards the inn. Was the inn over here? Or was it
Yeah.
down?
It's
Oh
this
my
one.
god, I didn't even hit back. How did that happen?
Oh no.
I just
Hate that.
clicked and held my left mouse button to ping, and then it like went back somehow.
Serenity's slightly confused.
CD man goes away.
He just did like an about face, like, "Yeah, no."
Alright. So the inn, it's a 2-story inn, just doesn't look like it. It is a nice 2 stories. It is nicer looking than what it portrays to be on the map. But it is well located. In fact, David, since you are right there, let me see if I can find an image to show you. Let's see, symbol. I'll just copy it. Hang on. Oop, not what I wanted to do. So everyone on Voice 1 chat, you see this symbol immediately, give me a knowledge, or give me a religion check.
That was me.
Nice. Well, David, you're familiar with this one too. Serenity, you're a little bit. Revy is good.
Actually, I gave her disadvantage, but I wasn't sure if it was necessary.
Yeah, no, it's not necessary. It's a very big symbol.
What was that symbol?
Oh,
Bam.
okay. I was gonna say. I was like, I must have not got.
Alright.
Okay, that makes more sense. You said insight?
Religion.
Religion, sorry. Okay. Are we outside or inside?
Outside still.
Ah, fine.
Not bad.
Oh,
All right.
wow.
Bam. I just made sure to have the tooltip there too.
Oh, is that Cuthbert?
Yes, the fucking giant law temple.
Oh yeah, dude, I'm totally familiar with that. I have a symbol of Cuthbert somewhere in my robes.
Your fellow brother. And there's some people proselytizing in front. You notice this area is pretty much barren, or people that pass by do so rather hurriedly, as they have shit to do and don't want to get preached at. So they tend to avoid, like, give them a wide berth, go all the way around. They're like, thank you, kind of just wave off. Guards are just walking past. A lot of them tend to walk in twos in this city.
I'm
Alright.
gonna start walking towards the inn.
You guys are immediately assaulted by the wonderful smell of, like, roast pork. There's deep red carpets. And those of you that are now coming inside from outside, there seems to be some kind of effect on the doorway. It's like the inside light, like almost, it does not, or the outside light does not the rays of the incense does not come in. Some kind of weird, like, sustained illusion spell or something, but it blocks the sunlight, and the only light in here is the ambient lighting.
Interesting. As I stop, I turn to Revi and just ask her what she senses, aka detect magic.
It is an illusion spell. It's like a low-level one that's constantly in effect, with the sole purpose of just blocking the light. Not like completely to where you're like walking through like and see like a blackness,
Mhm.
but it's just enough to like tone down the incoming light. Seems to be emanating from the bar above the door, like a metal bar, and casting the magic downwards. It's completely harmless to you all. You just notice that like it's like a weird play on the light.
Okay. I go ahead and say, "Oh, all right," and I just hold out my hand. Come along, and invite her in.
You can hear the butcher in the back preparing meat. The bartender smiles as you take a seat there, Serenity, immediately, and the other patron just kind of looks at you weird. It's a moment, just like, huh, little girl. Oh, it
She
makes sense.
smiles.
Her father is here.
She smiles. She's
Taking
always
a seat
smiling.
around, taking a seat around the table, and I tell Serenity to sit here as well.
Okay. So you guys, the table. I'll just put them here.
Yeah, I'm gonna walk up to the bar though and ask about lodging.
Yes. How long will you be staying with us, good sir? There are, it looks like to be, the beautiful woman serving, and another one in a different costume. She comes up, she is also beautiful, but looks like to be wearing like some kind of short red thing, and she looks confused as you all don't have a lot of luggage with you for how you're dressed. It's a bellhop.
I just pat a magic pouch and say, "It's all taken care of. Thank you, though."
Oh, she nods. Oh, but of course, thank you.
And then I turn to him and I say, "Oh, I'm not too sure. I don't suppose longer than a week. Mostly here, just kind of sightseeing. I've never been."
Ah, yes, very well. Well, you chose a great establishment. You see the half-elf just like in a corner, like pop out, and it's her, the one that she lost, and she's being yelled at by, looks like, management.
Serenity, whenever Baylor says that we're just looking to sightsee, she looks up and says, "I thought we were looking for someone."
I am going to smack you. He doesn't say that. He makes a mental note. He's going to do that later.
All right. Would you like a bath or anything today while you're here, since you just arrived, sir?
Oh, yes, that would be lovely. Thank you.
Yes. With how many?
I turn around and just say, 2 should do.
Oh, okay, thank you. He snaps his finger, and 2 other women show up, and they are ready to apparently attend you. A lot of this goes on in this city, apparently. That's what he meant. And Revi is kind of confused. The Irenes claps her hands in delight. This is my kind of establishment.
Fucking Irenes.
She's like, I don't like... She whispers to Verdar, Verdar, when my service to you is done, I'm going to live here.
Serenity looks at the 2 girls and is like, why do they need to go in the bath with him?
Brevi looks at you and just my Lord Baylor? Is there some kind of confusion here? Jealousy.
I quite actually meant 2 baths, sir.
Oh,
Sorry for the confusion. I
Oh,
have
all right.
that taken care of.
the two girls bow and like kind of just go back upstairs and leave. Ah, very well. Meat is brought out. Beautiful cuts. So each day stay here. Since if you're going to live expenses per day as wealthy, um, it's going to be each in stay is going to be 4 gold a person. That's a lot here.
Okay.
But your rooms are rather opulent and spacious. Or you can stay in their common area for a gold a day.
Serenity just wants to know if the beds are springy.
They are very fluffy and springy.
She jumps on them a lot.
We haven't gone there quite yet, but yes.
Yeah.
When we make it up there, she's gonna jump on the bed.
Question. I'm gonna say we have talked about this beforehand, Aaron.
Okay.
Since we're doing the cover like you're the bodyguard. Well, okay, this is a question in general, I guess, as well. Does the Lord generally provide lodging for the bodyguard?
Yes, but it's not as opulent.
Yeah,
That's what I was-
like you'd probably give me like a common, and that's enough. Honestly, I don't need anything crazy, anyways.
Okay. All right, so
Like,
all
the
of
The Iridace may beg to differ. I don't know. I'll kind of give her a look.
Oh, I'm fine. I'm just exhausted and wouldn't mind a bath myself. Smiling. She pats you on the shoulder. It's okay, I can take care of myself.
I mean, she has her own gold.
She does. And if she wants to spend that, then she can, I guess. I suppose.
I'll count out enough gold for all 5 of us to spend a week here. And then I'll do 1 opulent room. Is there an opulent room with 2 beds?
Oh yes, they do have that.
All right, so I'll do an opulent room with 2 beds, and then a common room with 2 beds, unless the Earnies would prefer to have her own room.
She doesn't need her own room.
Okay.
She'll just leave her things with Ferdar's room and figure things out.
All right, so I'll spend enough, gold for 2 rooms, 1 opulent, 2 beds, 1 common room, 2 beds, for a week.
Okay.
And Serenity sleeps outside, I guess.
No, that you get the second bed
Oh, awesome. Perfect.
in the opulent room.
Perfect.
So, you guys are shown the room. They give you the room closest to the common room because they understand the bodyguard. Verdar, you also notice that there's a couple other bodyguards that are apparently hired and just kind of sitting outside an opulent room, just like leaning back, wearing their chain hauberks and whatnot. They look at you and they just give you a nod, a professional nod.
I'll nod back.
Yeah, they get it. I mean, they don't get it, but they get it.
But yeah.
So you said it was 4 gold for opulent.
Yeah, 1 gold for common.
1 gold for common. And actually, to be on the safe side, I'll pay for 2 weeks. And then it was per person, or was it going to be per room?
It's going to be per room.
Per room. All right, so I'll do 5 gold times 14.
Which is like a lot because some in-stays are like 3 silver and shit like that.
All right, they'll see me reach into my bag, and I'll just, without really looking, start counting out 10 gold coins at a time, stack it on the counter. 10 gold coins at a time, stack it on the counter, till I have 70.
Oh, very well.
Or wait, yeah, 70. That's right.
Yep. So, all right. So he takes the 70, and very well. You get keys. These are oddly shaped keys. They look both the same, but they have numbers like etched on them. And Revi even twirls them and just there's sees a detect magic on. It's like, huh? Magic locks. Magic key. This place is nice.
Oh,
And it being next to the Temple of Law, she assumes that no one's going to really break in the room.
right.
This was the best choice we could have made. There are other
Yes.
inns, but this was a good one.
I do like it.
Serenity, it is the springiest bed you've ever had, especially compared to the damn. It is even better than the lair, but it's way better than the wagon.
Oh my god, she's having so much fun.
The Erenese doesn't even care that she's not in the opulent room. Like, she's in the common room, and even that's pretty spacious, and she's just like, oh, this is not a wagon. And little threadbare inn at a merchant town. This is great. And,
Does she let her wings unfurl once she gets inside
yes,
the room?
just, For Dar, you actually see her spirits lift a little. This
Like,
isn't,
actually physically see them.
yes. She's just so happy to be, like, this is a vibrant area. It's not completely dangerous like the city of Brass, where, like, they have weird laws and just, if the Lord is just feeling froggy, he just imprison you because he feels like it.
Mhm.
She feels strange being so close to a, temple of good, and it's really kind of bugging her, but she's genuinely happy, and she looks up at you and she just says, thank you for taking me with you. This is maybe worth it. And she's just like wings unfurled, just leaning on the mattress. And give me a perception check, no disadvantage. Okay. So you I guess for like 5 minutes talk to her about like what you're expecting in this town, and she can't run off and all this stuff. What you fail to perceive is that despite all the shit talking she's done, she has been fast asleep for these 5 minutes with her wings furled out.
Nice.
It's only like it's like 1 something, and she is just so you just like she is out, like completely like drooling, like an arm hanging off the side of the bed, a wing like kind of just like curled, like another one, like she's laying on the other one, which is gonna kind of fall asleep in a little bit, so she'll just shift because she's leaning on. She's just kind of dead, knocked the fuck out. You can wake her up. This is just like you just didn't know for 5 minutes you were chastising her, telling her what you expect, and she was just fucking out. After she was talking all this shit, I was like, I'm gonna like find that, maybe I might hook up with a guard and like take some of his, spirit, or I might go take a bath here. She's just fucking out, like happy, content.
Nice.
Now he has that weird awkward thing where he's like, all right, well, how much was she awake for? What am I gonna have to go back and re-explain?
Just fucking out. You also notice how much you hear muffled footsteps outside of just like people walking, but the carpeting is thick enough to where it's quality, where it's like you can hear it, but it's not like too quiet, so it's not stealthy and weird.
Yeah.
Oh, there's people walking, and it being like 1:30, it's pretty active. You also you all also hear like a small family, like at the end. There is a little boy. He looks like to be 12, and he catches a glimpse of Serenity. Serenity, give me an insight check.
All right.
Just you have a little admirer.
He senses my power.
He thinks you're cute.
I called it.
He's like hiding behind like his father, and he kind of like gives you little glances. The thing is, he's not bad looking either. Like he kind of looks noble, but he doesn't look too stuffy. But he's a handsome young boy, and he smiles at you and he looks at you warmly.
Serenity smiles back and waves, kind of
He
shyly.
he shyly waves back too. His mother notices and looks at you and smiles, and then she like tells her son like, "Come along, go into the room." But yes, you have a small admirer, and he's not bad looking, and he's kind of rich.
And he's
Right, his family.
an older boy
Yeah, well, it's 2 years.
too. Yeah.
Since I think you're 10.
Which is like really old in kid years.
It is in kid years. Well, he can't tell how old you are. You're just a cute girl. But there you go. So it is now 1:30. You guys are settled in the room. One person's knocked the hell out.
Yeah.
There is lunch downstairs. There's a good amount of patrons that are downstairs. It is a quiet, toned down atmosphere. Actually, let me tone down the music.
Out of curiosity, real fast.
Yeah.
This is for just. I'm curious how you might rule this. Vampires only sustain themselves off of blood.
Yeah.
But can they eat normal food? I mean, they don't get anything from it, of course.
Yeah, but I'm going to have to do like Vampire the Masquerade and
Cons
like,
checks and stuff. To
well,
keep it down.
yeah, keep it down
to
kind of
not,
stuff.
Like throw it up.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I was just curious, because there's like 3 things that I was imagining happening. Either eat the food and nothing happens, eat the food and I saw one thing where it's like a vampire eats normal food and then just starts vomiting blood everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
And then
Yeah.
another thing, like vampire eats food, but then like a couple hours later or an hour later has to go vomit it up. Like,
I'm going to say number
willfully.
3, unless she fails like a con check. Like to keep it down kind of thing.
Okay.
She can,
That way she can at least taste the food and then look normal out and
Yeah.
about.
she'll take small, like, cute little, I'm just picking at my food tastes, and she could be fine.
But to her, food probably tastes awful now.
It's just like, so if y'all ever had like a communion wafer, it's like eating a piece of paper. That's what it is. She's like literally like taking a piece of notebook paper and kind of like just putting it in her mouth. It could be, yeah, it could be a succulent, like moist, like pork cutlet that's like being served right now, and it is a piece of notebook paper, vellum even, like clothy. It's very clothy.
Okay. I was just curious, like if we went down to lunch to eat it in front of people, if she could at least like.
But she can pick at stuff and whatnot, and put some in her mouth, and then kind of tee-hee and giggle, and then put it in her hand, kind of shit.
She can always be like, I'm on a diet.
Well, I mean, if no one ever sees her eat ever, that'd be a little awkward.
Yeah.
So that's why.
It's not womanlike to let others watch you eat.
I mean, I'll probably spend a lot of time during these 2 weeks where we'll take our meals in the quiet of the room, but occasionally I want to eat out to kind of keep up a facade.
We are alive.
Yep.
Yes.
We are alive.
That is the thing. There are no undead here. Okay.
Well, it was 1:30 p.m. You guys are nice and settled in, but you guys kind of are on the you're kind of on the outskirts of the not outskirts. You're on a good location, but like not too close to like the main market district. This is on the way to it.
All right. And then is there where are the baths at?
That's another part of the building. It'll be here. So
Okay.
you are gonna take a bath, and I guess Revy as well.
Yep.
Okay. There are bath attendants for Revy, and for you if you so choose as well. But Revy, I mean, and by attendance is like they're outside of the room
Mhm.
unless you paid stuff. But
Right. Nah.
like be scrubbed down or whatever. But there you go. And it is like a weird kind of not a plastic, papery yet like a thin kind of wood. Like it's gonna be like tatami mats that what can separate like you and Revy, because this is like this part is a communal bath. If you guys travel together, you can do that. But there's a tatami mat that the
Mhm.
Serenity
attendants put away.
wanted to take a bath too.
That's fine.
Oh, yeah. You would have to go in with what's her face, Revy.
Yeah, I go in with Revy.
All right. So you're clean. You do not smell like horse.
I play in the bath, like I splash water on Revy.
Revy kind of flicks it at you, but doesn't not like playfully splashing, but she kind of tries to join in awkwardly, just like flicking the water with her finger.
I
That's the best you'll get from her. She
I
doesn't play in the bath. This isn't a drow thing.
I occasionally like use my conjure flame to like boil some of the water and make it like into shapes, and then I'll like shoot it with an eldritch blast, and then I'm just having fun.
Verdara, you kind of stink, like horse.
Mhm.
You're also welcome to take a bath, and you would have to maintain your armor and do all that stuff if you want to spend some time doing all that.
Yeah,
Probably
I do
take
need
2 or 3 hours.
I do need to maintain my armor at the very least. I probably since we're in a moderately safe area, I guess I'll take a bath.
You guys will be done, and you each take each other's turns. The Irenes takes a bath with an attendant in a separate room. She has done what she has
D-
done.
does how does the attendant react to the wings?
I
There's
assume she
like,
has a hit on.
yeah, she can hide them.
But whenever like someone's washing you down, isn't that not gonna help much?
Oh, true.
Didn't
Yeah, I mean,
Verdera
that
give
is
her
not-
a how to dis? Oh wait, she just has disguise.
Yeah, it's not
Yeah.
like it's not alter self or anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And even
So
then,
he's like rubbing down her back and he feels like feathery stuff and
She just like hushes and just finger over the mouth and just shh, it's okay, and gets cleaned. Just this will be our secret. And
I mean,
the girl never cleaned a demon before, or a devil. I'm sorry.
like we saw an incubus earlier, so I don't
Yeah.
think they're that weirded out by other things, as long as they don't cause major trouble.
Yeah. Well, yeah. This is she's trying to play it off as a tiefling, but like a rather powerful one.
Right.
So that's how she's playing it out. And you all are actually by 4 p.m. you guys are all finished. You guys do not stink. You guys are very relaxed. You guys are. I mean, it's like basically, if you guys needed it, this even could have been like a good short, like definite short rest.
Nice. All right. Actually, I'm gonna spend a little bit more gold. I forgot to get a common room for Andor.
Oh yes, he is. You eventually have Revy fetch Andor.
you're not gonna make him sleep in the cart.
I mean, he's not. He doesn't sleep, but need to
Yeah.
keep up
Quote
the.
unquote sleep in the cart.
You'd rather him not like stay there all night, just
Yeah.
kind of wait.
So this is funny. So you give him a room for himself.
Yeah.
he's just like a skeleton, and he's kind of just in a hotel room.
Oh yeah, no.
He's just like staring, like, what do I?
What do I
He
do?
kind of just touches the bed and is like, no, I don't need comfort. Comfort a thing? Existential crisis in a hotel room. What is me?
He
What do I do?
remembers. He remembers sleep, and he's like, huh.
Interesting. He feels free from this necessity. But at the same time, I was like, oh, this sure beats the wagon or the wilderness, I guess. He does not like being so close to holy ground. But he's
Yeah.
like, he knows to steer clear away from it. He freaked out for a moment as walking the street, and then when some lady pointed at him and said, "Evil is rising."
Oh my god.
And he's just like, me? Yes, it comes for you. It could already be within you.
Oh my god.
He just like storms off.
Evil comes for you. He's like, God damn it, it's already been here.
Fucking naysayer and doomsayer is so accurate right now.
Alright, yeah. So I guess at this point we'll want to spend some time relaxing in the communal common area. And then
There's some good folk here. You see some well-to-do adventurers that seem to have class and noble background adventurers that don't like to associate with riffraff, and tavern brawls are unheard of, especially because this is right next to the Temple of Law. Like, literally, the guards can be here in a couple minutes. I feel like that one DM. They're just spawning! But literally, the Temple of Law is right there. Free.
So they literally would just be spawning.
Not infinitely, but this is like, what the fuck? They're literally across the street. What the fuck do you expect? But
yes.
yeah, so well-to-do adventurers with like quality swords. So you know, some bodyguards or caravan traders. A couple traders with like a lot of rings. There's also some light entertainment, which is like just girl dancing with a sash. See, you know, not too seductively or anything, but artsy and from like way far west.
Mm-hmm.
So she's got like music, and you know, there's no like roaring applause or like whistling or anything. It's kind of just a golf clap. Every time she's done, it's respectful golf claps.
Serenity
yeah.
is intrigued. She wants to know how to dance like that.
It is exotic and from way further west of the nation, and she's very pretty and well adorned, and you know, a lot of makeup. Looks like she's got huge eyelashes. Everything. She's well done. She's classy, and when she's done, she bows, and everyone gives her a respectful clap.
So she's a gypsy.
Yeah, but
Okay.
like a high class gypsy, apparently. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and everyone here is respectful. This place is nice. Seriously, a cut above the riffraff. You're not used to this, I guess, because further west in this region, you got, you know, working class folk and taverns, and then you got adventurers, fucking taverns, and
Yeah.
all this shit. This is money. You are staying where there is money.
All right. So do we see the seedier man chilling here?
Oh yeah, he's seedy as hell looking.
God damn.
He looks even similar to the seedy man earlier, except he's just glancing up at you all every once in a while and kind of like giving a little sneer, only because you're looking at him.
Yeah.
He's like, "What are you?" He's like doing the "What are you staring at?" Mind your business, and then just goes back to drinking from his mug. It's a mug. It's a nice porcelain, like almost marble mug.
Not too obviously, but stereotypically. Stereotypically, how do you pronounce that?
I think that's right. There.
Yeah, I think that's right.
Yeah, you were right the
Um,
first time.
If the bartender comes by, or I'm just gonna quietly inquire, "Who is that man?"
Some
Just
that's a ranger.
that's what I was thinking, like playing out the Hobbit. Yeah.
His name is Strider. No, I was kidding. Him. I wouldn't mind him much. He tends to just pass through here and there. He goes ahead and he just like leans in to whisper. He has some kind of arrangement with people and business around here. Give me an insight check, specifically Baylor. Oh yeah, let me get rid of my Lord Baylor because you're not ordering girls
Right.
to rub you down.
Ooh.
You still pick up this inflection here. It looks like this man is watching the establishment, not like a guard, and not like somebody who has stake in it either. And
Okay. Thank you.
the way he's dressed, he's got like a kind of traveler's outfit, a belt with coin pouch, like a dark bluish, really dark, like midnight blue cloak, and it looks like he has some kind of magic ring on his left hand. It looks obviously magical. Even Revy can see, like, oh, that's a nice ring. Should we kill him and take it? Kind of nice. Yeah, that's how nice it is.
Maybe later. All right. So I'm thinking we approach him and inquire about Eli's character. I can't remember the name of the Hobbit, the halfling.
We'll just call him Eli because Eli's name even sounds cool to me.
All right.
I know his name's Elijah, but Eli the halfling sounds about right.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. All right. So yeah, I'm thinking we might inquire on this gentleman here, who seems to have a keen eye to see if he's seen any halfling and his possible toms. As I hushedly kind of speak to Revy and Verdare.
Oh gosh.
She's saying with her mouth, pretty good. Like one of the nobles look at her as kind of like her manners and she's like, oh shit, oops. She said that with her mouth full.
What happened to being lawful all of a sudden? Like she's more like neutral now. Okay. Well, you're the persuasive one, so I suppose you should be the one to speak with him.
All right.
If things get messy, maybe I'll jump in.
Okay. Yeah, if we can't think of anything else, so I'm playing my character I made to be a wise character.
Mm-hmm.
I myself am not.
Okay.
No, we can help.
So would it be wise to approach this guy, or what would be the best way to approach him without attracting the attention of too many other eyes?
Just
Probably without Serenity.
I was already planning that one.
Yeah.
Just sit at the table and with a glass of wine and begin speaking, and sit like you belong there.
And maybe he'll approach us with potential information.
Yeah, well, if you sit at his table, kind of like you own like the joint and you're powerful and you maybe have dealings with him, that might be the best way.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
You're being kind of forceful.
I'll walk around the table and sit at the table at the other end with wine glass in hand. Or would it be glass, or do they not have glass?
Oh no, they have like some kind of like glass crystal thing for this place.
Enchanted mugs with the frost enchantment to keep the wine cool.
You look like you have some keen eyes.
Oh, he says, looking up from his mug. You smell a whiff of tea. Strong tea.
Nice tea you have. I might have a friend I'm looking for. I say, kind of trying to be light about it, not trying to make it too.
Yeah, too obvious. And he looks and he smirks and is like, looks like you bring a lot of friends along with you.
I have one or two friends here and there, yes. More friends here than there.
So you hear a slight eek as a small boy goes away. I can smell your weak soul. Did you actually say that? He doesn't completely flee, but he's like around the bar. Girls are strange. All right. Okay. Well, looks like we have business. What can I do you for? You're looking for someone?
Yes, I'm looking for my friend. He's a halfling.
He rolls his eyes. How much did he steal from you? It's his first immediate fucking assumption. He's racist. He is fucking racist. Against halflings, at least.
Yeah. I chuckle a little. He stole nothing from me. But...
Oh. A halfling who did not take from a noble. I'll have to remember that.
I have another friend who is wanting to retrieve something back from him.
Ah, there we go. Confirms his suspicion. Long sip.
I briefly describe him. Physical information like hair color, things like that.
See, Eli stands at around 3 feet 9 inches.
Sorry, I'm listening to this with the music in the background, and it's just like, it fits.
Auburn hair. Smile that you can't simply just wipe off his face no matter what happens. It's unforgettable type of man. One that... So you give him like a description, and the man looks... Ah, yes. You do realize you described many a dashing halfling in this city.
Oh my god. He will not be too obvious. I should say he would probably be trying to lay low.
Ah. So, lay low.
So I described someone who would trying to be hide, keep to the underbelly.
The more seedier parts of this town. A halfling wishing to get lost in a big city. And he asks you what kind of dealings does this halfling have?
What do you mean dealings?
Is he like a trader? Is he an adventurer? That kind of stuff.
He may be starting a small club. And
he just laughs at that one. If this is the
alluding to
kind
his,
of if this is the kind of man you're thinking of, there's already a club in town, and if he's trying to start up something here, then he's maybe way in over his head.
Well, I don't wish ill on him. That's unfortunate. That would be unfortunate, I should say, if anything were to have happened to him. I don't know if it'd be safe to name drop him, right?
No, but it is less roundabout.
Yeah. I'll probably hold off on name dropping for a minute. Has there been a rise in, shall we say, entrepreneurial children?
I'm going to roll.
I don't even know what that means, but it still makes me laugh.
Can't say
He
that.
had little Toms.
Yeah, he had Tom. So he bought like a bunch of kids from an orphanage. Well, like to take care of them, starting to train them for thievery.
Yeah.
It was awesome. We even played out a session, and like one got pinched, the other one ran away, and the other one got the signal and was too scared and didn't even show up. It was fucking chaos because they were like 11-year-olds.
Yeah, you said one got caught, right? Did he escape? Or was he
Well, no. Eli had to pay the bail.
Oh, okay.
That's why, like, Eli was like, "Fuck, fine," and he had to pay bail and like get him out and chastise his son, quote unquote. It was hilarious. But I can't say I've heard anything like that. Wait, yes, I have. So the seedy man, now that you are talking to. Oh wait, this is a thing I need to change. You kind of surmise what he really is. And you were right with Ranger.
Urban bounty hunter.
Hmm.
Nice.
Well, so you're telling me you're looking for a halfling that's trying to get lost in the city, trying to get lost in this city's underbelly, and maybe trying to start up a little club of his own using children. These are very specific things to look for. Tell me, how much is this worth to you?
How much did I pay for the ferries again, or to get that ferry, whatever the pixie?
You paid 200 gold.
200.
You nailed it.
Yes. I was one of those cringy rangers. Thank you at one point in the game. Anyway,
Once upon a time.
Yep.
I don't really have paper, but what if I just say 100?
For just information, you're a very generous man. Tell you what, 20 gold and I'll start looking. I'll just start asking around. Or you can ask, he kind of looks at you, or I mean, he's not like disparaging you or anything. It's like, or you can ask around, you know.
Oh no!
Approach other shady looking characters and try yourself. But I have connections that cost 20 gold for a consultation.
Oh, absolutely. I'll reach in and pull out 20 gold. You seem like just the man for the job.
Thank you. You can hear the bartender sigh loudly as he sigh loudly enough to catch your eyes. And but then when you do that, you also notice Serenity. Yep, nomming on muffins that a little boy is like sharing with her. That little boy is back, and they're both eating muffins together, and it's kind of adorable.
Beautiful.
Noms on muffins. it's an amazing muffin. It's kind of the muffin top has that like crystalline sugar kind of crunchiness to it. That's
Ooh.
amazing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck God, I love muffins. All right.
Muffins are great.
All right. 20 gold. I'll take it. Jensen. He yells at the not the bounty hunter. The bounty hunter yells at the bartender. Just go ahead and put that tea on my tab. I'll come back and pay for it. Very well.
No, I got your tea. That's fine.
Oh.
Why, thank you for your time.
All right.
And
So
if he stands up to walk away, I'll
Yeah.
do the same.
He's gonna walk off. $4:30. The Erinese is fed and content. Clean. Serenity leaves. The Noble Boy leaves too. Serenity. You hear 2 sets of small footsteps run upstairs. Quickly. Revy sighs and goes to follow.
She finds 2 children jumping on the bed.
Yep. And there's and on your bed there's muffin crumbs fucking everywhere on it too. And they're just jumping and eating together.
Oh
And
my
Rev-
God.
And Revy is just like at a loss for words and then just sits on the other bed and just waits for you guys to tire yourself out. Takes you half an hour. And then she ushers the boy outside and tells him to go to his room. And the boy says, "Okay." She kind of like in a chastising tone, but not like angrily, just like, "You need to go to your room now because your mother's going to be looking for you." It's direct. Revy turns around and looks at you, Serenity, and is like, "You do realize we're not on a vacation, right? You can enjoy yourself, I know, but if the mother comes looking for the boy, he's gonna think he got kidnapped or something. The family doesn't know us, so she's trying to like teach you worldly way stuff. You don't just invite a boy to your room to jump on your bed. That's kind of weird. But you're a kid, it's okay. But this is his mother could be worried and looking for him and sending the guards everywhere.
To Serenity, it's like whoosh right over her head.
Yeah, right over her head. Revy just asks if you could. She doesn't want, like she kneels down beside you and puts a hand on your shoulder. This is kind of like the first time she's done this, and she asks, "Look, I don't want you to anger my master, and I don't want to see you hurt. But if you can't just run off like that. You need to ask permission, okay?
Oh.
You need to think of me as your big sister," she says, cringing very visibly.
Okay.
Just me though, not the other one. Not the don't listen to her. She's kind of does what she wants. She's Verdur's problem. You're my problem. Not that you're a problem. You're under my care. She literally just said she cares for you just now. This is the first time she straight up fucking says it too.
This sounds like such a cringy conversation, but I love it.
This
Serenity.
hotel is magical.
Serenity. Yeah, it's a magical hotel where emotions get released. Anyway, so Serenity is just shit. At first, she feels like she's being scolded, and then she's like, "Oh, big sister," and then she's like, "Okay," and then she like jumps on Revy and just like hugs her and she's like, "Big sister."
What have I done? She just says, just out loud, and you don't hear it because you're so happy. It's like ringing in your ears how happy you are.
She's like, I never had a big sister. It's gonna be so great.
You have the others, I guess. Yeah, I guess I am your big sister since we go everywhere and I protect you. Damn it. So she kind of like curses Baylor slightly under her breath for this burden that you placed on her, and then it's like, no, this is a test. It's a test of some kind.
This has to be a test. It has to be. And then Serenity's just like she's like, let's do sister things. You braid my hair and I'll braid yours. And then I try to convince her to do stuff like that.
Oh God, give me a persuasion check.
Oh wow.
Okay.
Oh my God, I'm actually rolling this off. Persuasion, I guess I resist with charisma save. Oh man. Oh my God.
Man.
Whoa, dude.
Baylor, are you gonna get like a little meal or something?
Yeah.
That's included in the fare, unless you pick something fancier. But it's included. It's good shit. So when same thing for Dar, do you want to eat for the day? It's good shit.
Yeah.
Irene's is done. She cannot have another bite. This house wine is good. I mean, it tastes great. I don't know. I'm not gonna drink anyone on our table. This is this kind of establishment, but this is all good. You're gonna have a great time for Dare. And
Who's saying this?
the Irene's like whispering it to you, and she just pats you on your shoulder, and she just goes sits with you, and smiles. She's in a great mood. Don't tell her to go across the street.
Yeah, I'm not gonna say anything this time.
She's in the mood. She cannot wait to get started with this, but at the same time, this is good. Anything beats that fucking wagon. Anything beats that wagon. Like put her in a bag of holding. She'll fucking do it. She'll deal with it. Revy comes down the stairs at 5:15 p.m.
Serenity is passed out on the bed.
Revy has braided hair.
Oh my God.
Badly braided too.
Yeah.
One side is like closer to the middle of her hair than the other.
She
So,
sits next to you in the table and kind of slumps a little.
did you get your hair done?
You say at the table next to her.
Oh yeah. Sorry, that's not
Yeah.
something. I don't usually say anything, but
But yeah, you can't help it. Big sigh.
I
Yes.
ire in confusion, but don't say anything.
I'm sure the Aaronese has something to say.
She laughs a little and just like, "Aw, how precious."
well, for Drow, this is just hilarious.
Yeah, yeah, especially female drow. Jesus, humans are so strange. That gets a couple like eye perks up from the other like patrons, but they like, oh yeah, she's drow.
Oh, I'll agree with her.
Oh yeah, as a fellow drow, humans are strange.
I feel the negative reputation points like, going across the screen right now.
So everyone's well fed. The Irenes is no longer stuffed and now just well fed. She can like move. But I mean, this is better than like iron rations and wagon times with a horse and sleeping in the fucking woods, smelling like campfire the next day. Serenity is full of muffins and pass the heck out. Yes. And the room is locked because Revy took care of everything. You are safely in the room. Also Revy left a small note. Says we're all downstairs.
Okay.
Revy tells you, Baylor, that she is asleep. Because humans do that too.
Mhm.
So, and she's young and she's asleep, and she told her about the boy, and she chastised her. She doesn't tell you the extent of what she said. She just says, I chastised her about running off again, and I told her to tell me next time she plans on going somewhere, not just run off. And
Good.
I think she promised to keep her word. She says that part kind of just slightly annoyed. Keep her word as in like something had to be given up for this arrangement that Revy had to give up.
Yes, we need to keep the child appeased for now. We need to know more about her, the source of her power.
This unloved one does bother me. That is a
Yes.
patron I have never heard of before.
It is unknown to me as well, and I am afraid possibly unknown.
Well, we are in a large
is it?
city. Oh, she is talking out loud, and you are close enough to hear it. You hear this discussion about the girl's power and the word patron, which you're familiar with warlocks and stuff.
Mhm.
Verdere. So Verdere, you want to join the convo? Just Revy kind of looks at you with her braided hair, shittily braided.
Sorry, it's hard to take her seriously right now. So what is this about a
Oh,
patron?
yes, you've seen the capabilities of our young one, have you not?
Oh yeah, we firsthand. I'm pretty sure.
Yes, especially that thing that came out. Patrons don't normally manifest as such, but she was extremely afraid, so I can see what happened. Apparently, this patron is very protective, which is good, because most are
Not.
further, yes, and further away. This one worries me, for I have not heard the unloved one. That is a patron I've never heard of, and
What's the name?
the unloved one.
Can I roll a religion on that?
Go ahead,
Is
go
that
ahead,
a
and
religion?
yeah, give me a religion check. It would be super hard. I'll see what you have.
I guess can I do the same? Because I've
Yeah.
been playing it as my character doesn't know,
Yeah.
but maybe.
Why is it so bad?
Verdar, you have no freaking clue.
Yeah.
Verdar, so you know what patrons are and everything.
Right, but that's
Yeah.
the
Well,
extent.
am I seeing Revy with a one really buff arm? Oh yeah,
Jesus.
that. Oh, okay. Well, so Baylor, I mean, the unloved one. Literally, there is nothing about this one. You've heard of the great old ones. You've heard of like aboliths and stuff. The
Mhm.
big ancient fucking sea Cthulhu type creatures. Um, you've heard of everything, but what Revy will bring up, because Revy is the one that has kind of just been looking into this a
Mhm.
little bit, is that she brings up, and I'll allow another knowledge religion because this is a separate topic on it. So go ahead and roll this again as she begins talking, moving her braid to the side because she's not used to it. Baylor, this is much better. And let me see what you get, Verdar.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Da, 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 da.
All right, good. I'll just give you a 15 because I mean you're so close with Baylor having a little over too. So what she mentions, as how bargains are struck when one seeks to become a warlock and have power,
Mhm.
and that's how they get power, through their pact.
Mhm.
There is something else that is very rare and also very and not done as much. It was a weird 3-5 thing, but she talks about those that wish to bind of their power, aspects of power from certain creatures or beings. These are beings that are not taken in by a god or a dead god. that has died and passed on. But when a god dies, where do they go? They're stuck somewhere in between the cosmos, on the outer edges, or in between places. It's very so. There are people who can take that can find these beings and strike a pact with them, and these people are called binders. This is a so apparently this is some kind of being that a binder can summon because it has a strange name called the Unloved One that it referred itself to apparently when we found out. And
Yes, I remember that.
this being is called a vestige. And a binder can call forth a vestige, a being that supposedly no longer exists or exists between gods. So she's going to tell a story that she learned about a let me see, all Dilmara. Let me see. There's a Terrafim. All right. Well, there. I can't remember the name right now, but let's just say I gave it to you. This is a story about a rogue who died and was accepted into the afterlife by Uldo Amara, the god patron of thieves and fools and jesters. And what this thief did is that he stole his soul from the god. Whether the god being malicious or not wanting to, it's not sure if it's malicious or doesn't want, or a punishment, or not wanting to break the foul up the joke. The god let him have his soul, but cast him out of that paradise. And so now he exists in between places, and he can manifest in this realm, possibly other planes, through a pact binding. Now, what Serenity has done, apparently, is somehow she made a deal with him unconsciously. I do not see our little Serenity scrawling a chalk on the ground and knowing how to call forth this unloved one and then binding it unto herself. She must have found it in a dream state or something.
It must have reached out to her in some way.
Yes, and she was able to make this agreement. And in turn, it grants her power, or in extreme instances, you saw what happened.
Mm-hmm.
It protected her.
I wonder if the power of this creature can be usurped. Can she?
Well, mostly, when it comes to binders, they only take up an aspect of the power. So she brings up like that. She brings up the story of, and you guys don't need a knowledge religion for this. So she brings up the story about the paladin god Heronius and his brother Hextor, the god of tyranny, and they were brothers. And their mother, she was a goddess that had an impenetrable suit of armor, and those two wanted their mother told them to watch the armor, and instead they went to go do something else and put like their most trusted servant in charge of the armor, and his most trusted servant stole it. And the gods could not hurt those two gods wanted to keep this from their mother, and they could not hurt him because that was his mother's impenetrable armor. So what they had to do was take their mother's bow and shoot him to death with their mother's bow to in order to kill the servant. and so people who are looking for like some kind of invulnerability to melee attacks and whatnot,
Hmm.
binders can call forth this power, but they will show signs like where arrow holes would be or something like that.
Hmm.
So this is what she has though is something more powerful because binders can bind many different vestiges and only draw their aspects. Some even more powerful to have 2 or 3 aspects of different beings. Serenity has an exclusive pact, very powerful pact. This one, and we don't know who this one is. We don't know its origin. We don't know what plane it comes from. We don't know its intention, other than it serves Serenity and it protects her.
I will consult the wise one, and I'm hinting towards Star God.
Ah,
Um,
there's also libraries
Later.
here in this large
Yes.
city that I'm interested in.
yes,
I
would
thought
you-
I saw on our way down here.
Yes, library would probably have what we need. I will search there as well.
Possibly. This is a large city, but there might be more than one, and it might take some time to find information, but that is a possibility if we're, wanting to do that as well.
Yes, tonight I shall consult him. Tomorrow we shall check out some libraries.
Very well. Let's not forget why we're here, though. Much as these creature comforts are nice, she then looks at her hair again and just like, but then realizes she's not in the wagon, so she should be thankful. She doesn't hate the wagon. It's just this is obviously much fucking better than a wagon
Hmm.
for a
Yeah.
fucking week at a time, dude.
Does Verdare have any skill with vehicles?
Hold
You
on.
should. I think so. Land vehicles. I know it's a fighter thing.
I wasn't
Oh,
sure
really?
about paladins.
Yeah, if it's a paladin
It's a
thing.
back. I know there's a soldier background.
Yeah, soldier background would do it too.
He has the far traveler background, I thought, though.
I do have the far traveler background, but I don't know.
Yeah, so I don't think he has it by default.
No, not by default.
Okay.
You do have Andor, who is kind of just arms behind his head, staring at the ceiling.
Okay. I was thinking about heading out and scouting out for a magic shop as well tonight before heading in.
Ah,
And if I do head out, I'm going to request Andor go up to the room and keep an eye on Serenity and make sure she doesn't leave.
yes, I can do that, my lord. You can read his skeletal face.
Yeah.
I mean, sure is what he says. Not like he has a choice, but sure.
Well, yeah, no. Request, quote unquote.
No, I don't. When you ask him in that manner, he's like, "Of course, my lord." How could I say no? So much for me, my lord.
As
I
other
continue
people
in
are
existence.
like, when he says like, "How could I say no?" Other people are thinking like, it would just be rude to say no, or you can't say no to his master
Yeah.
for moral reasons. But no.
The truth is, he's so compelled to do it.
Yeah. Yes. So I think we should, unless anyone has any other plans. I'm thinking to go out and look for a magic shop right now that we can visit later. I just want to get a lay of the town.
How does that sound to everybody?
I mean, I think that's a good idea, actually.
Yeah, Serenity's
I'm
gonna be
trying to look
waking
for
up
my-
sometime soon.
trying to look for
Oh yeah, like if you just took a nap, you're up in 45 minutes, which is what passed when she was like telling you all this, you
Yeah.
know, she's telling you all this cool shit. So if you come down the stairs, you will be surprised to see Revi also still has her braid, and it does look terrible now. She's been fucking with it, obviously. It's not that you fucked it up; she's been fucking it up,
Right. It's not my
obviously.
fault.
What were you saying, Aaron?
I kind of feel like the background was in a different document than the player's handbook.
Oh, there are some backgrounds in the player's handbook, but then there's a lot more.
Right. Where are those? Where's the list of those at? I can't remember. Is there a 5e like PFR SRD or something?
Kind of. Here, I'm just posting it in game chat. There's a link.
Okay.
Far Traveler, is that the one that was on your sheet?
Yeah, it's like Far Traveler.
Because that is one. Here's Far Traveler, so.
Yes, it's Far Traveler.
Hang on, here it is. Savnok. Instigator.
So Serenity walks down the stairs and she yawns and she says hello. And then she sits at the table.
The bartender, without asking, brings you a cup for the fresh-faced, refreshed-looking little girl.
It's exactly what she wanted, actually.
It's free of it's like included.
Savnok the Instigator?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Is,
dude, that's pretty cool.
What?
So that is what Revi was talking about. Like
Yeah.
that is what one of the vestiges. He like his lowest power is that he grants you the ability at will as a full round action. You can summon a suit of plate armor that appears like just clanks onto your fucking body, and you have proficiency with heavy armor. And depending on what level your binder is, if you're 20th level, it's +4 fortification full plate, heavy fortification full plate. But it like
Interesting.
goes from masterwork full plate to that.
Yeah.
And that's just one of his powers. You can instantly swap positions with an ally, or while wearing called armor, you can absorb some attacks from non-piercing weapons.
Interesting.
And then you have like, all kinds of weird shit. But his legend was that he
Stole
was
the
a
bow.
servant of the gods. He stole the armor, and the sons had to take the bow.
Oh, yeah.
And eventually shoot him down. So that's why he's covered in blood from piercing weapons, and eventually that's how he died. But
Yeah.
of course, being a servant of the gods and dying, he couldn't go to the heavens, so he's in between places. That's what she was telling you. Like, so whatever this unloved one is, it's something similar to Sapnok in that story.
Alright. So, I guess since Serenity is up, she can come along. But she must not wander.
I won't. I look at Revi and smile.
Then I suppose we should head out. And/or come along.
Alright.
I go to grab Revi's hand and I hold her hand.
You're bringing Andor?
Yeah. So I'll be walking with Andor, Serenity, Revi, Verdare, and possibly the Yarnies.
What's she doing?
She's ready. She's hanging out.
Cool.
I can't. I'll have him controlled by Whisper. Alright.
Okay. All right,
She's
so
ready. She's content. She's got delicious wines. She is well bathed. Her clothes were cleaned while she bathed. She is peachy keen. Her bow is maintained. She did that in the bath, like near the bath. She is
Okay.
ready to kill or whatever you need her to do. She is not combative or like sighing or anything. She's smiling at you.
All right. If everyone is ready, let's head along.
So what are y'all going to browse around for magic shop?
Yeah, probably for about an hour or two. Not too much later than 8.
Okay. On the- It's ambient city night.
Thank goodness. No sunlight.
Revi can actually be out of her cloak.
So luckily, you hear about how good the festival was last week. You did not arrive during a fucking festival. You are very fucking happy for that, because it's still crowded. You could not imagine how worse it would be.
Yeah.
My character would have killed many a people.
So you hear Serenity say, "Oh, we missed the festival."
It's for our best. Trust me.
Yes, I
open
agree.
more of the map. And I'll show you where things are. It's a pretty big ass map. So when I found this, this guy had combined a shit ton of other maps together.
Nice. Oh, I can kind of see where he spliced 2 maps together, at least.
Yeah, barely. He did a pretty good job. Alright, so let me see. You guys don't need that east. So anyway, I will go ahead and label. Oh, I guess I blocked some of it. So Rancocious Inn, full of like adventurer types and other nonsense, was what you guys were very near. Right here. As you guys walk out, you see a bunch of guards rush in. And you hear the sound of breaking plates. And a mug slamming against the wall. That's what you hear. And guards start running inside. So that's as you guys round the corner. You find to the east of that some warehousing and a small library right here to the west. And on top of that is another. Whoa, that's not what I meant to do. I meant to hit the eyeball. It revealers. Another library on top of it. So there's 2 libraries. Look like they're competing. They're not fans of each other, but they're right next to each other. To the northeast of the temple are what looks like to be some private homes, and you start going off to like the other districts. One of which is the smelly kind of tannery district at the edge of town near the wall. And it seems to be that something is kind of putting the scent off from like returning back into the city, just most likely just naturally to a windward, I believe, or leeward. One of the 2. Leeward, I think, is where the wind goes away, but the wind naturally like blows away from the tanneries and whatnot. As I always think. Some butcher shops are there as well. They're going around that way. If you look to northeast on the end, that's where you would also find around here. You don't know which buildings are yet, but there are some blacksmith shops. I found a magic weapon shop, or a magic item shop is actually right near the inn. It was this one that where the seedy man was hanging out.
Magic shop here. Okay.
Yeah, it's like right here, so I can label that now since I revealed it.
Okay.
Magic store. There are some other ones that have like some items laid out on the ground, like further into the more busy merchant district. They are not. They're already kind of wrapped up and gone now at around this hour since it's starting to get a little dark.
Yeah.
So they are like rolled up their merchandise. So you see a lot of people like hitching up like some wagons or tearing down their displays from the stands to put them up the next morning. Things like that. What? Anyone else? If you're looking for something interesting, let me look at character sheet.
Serenity is always.
Where did you say the
looking for
second library
something
was too, by
interesting.
the way? I tagged
just
but
just north. I'll label them because I forgot to. Yeah.
okay.
Library, bookstore. And this one's exclusively bookstore.
Okay.
Let me see what to get. I would need an investigation check for you guys to dig around more about the town on the way, unless you specifically telling me if you're looking for something specific.
At this point, not just yet. So I'll just do the general investigation.
Okay. So you said a couple hours.
Serenity's being a good girl and not running off.
For Dar, okay, so Baylor, you learn a bit more about the competing stores. The library one caused a lot of issues with the one further south because the library not only lets you borrow books if you're a local, like local as in you plan to live here or whatever, they don't care so much that you can sit and read the books. While the other one is kind of a sassy bastard, and he kind of just like, are you going to buy it? No, then get out. But the other one, slightly north of it, is a little more friendly, and they don't care that people sit and just like do their research. Granted, they don't like spill anything on the books or anything like that. Respectful people, young academics like to go here, as opposed to the bookstore that was here before, the more southern one. That one is very traditional. Like it's visited more by kind of like the stuffy older academic types. Also, also like wizards and whatnot. That are used to that. If you need a spell book, this is more the better place to get something. Get spell book stuff. The library is more for the library / bookstore is more for research.
Okay, I'll definitely be checking out both.
Yeah, both offer their own things. Also, there is some kind of exotic drink in the library made of some kind of crushed beans. It's very exquisite. Coffee! It's motherfucking coffee! These motherfuckers, like, tea is one thing, but these are beans, man! These are just, like, crushed up ground beans, and then you filter them through the water when it's really hot, and it's amazing, and it perks you right up. It's motherfucking coffee, and there's a little small coffee shop in there. Like, legit.
Nice.
I'm just gonna say that this town has a White Castle and a Starbucks. We're pretty much set.
You're kind of just like, you're not looking for anything in particular, but you're just browsing around, and you notice there is a lot of food vendors because the Irenes, now she's content, she's not running off like a fucking madman, but she's just like, she kind of like walks with you, and she kind of like taps you and is like, look, isn't that, and like, you actually find a stand with some drow delicacies. it actually kind of reminds you like home.
Right.
That was the main thing. She like taps you and was like, "Isn't that what you guys eat?" So kind of like delicacies, including like cave moss and mushrooms, like over kind of bat meat and stuff like that, like actual home fare.
Like in some creamy mushroom sauce.
Yeah, mushroom sauce is also like it's actual, and it actually the smell gives you like a weird nostalgia feeling, but you also remember it sucks. That's why you're here.
Yeah.
The Underdark sucks, but at the same time, like it wasn't always bad,
Right.
and that's those memories that you remember just from the food itself, and like that like whole 2 seconds, if you get like 1,000, 2 1,000, the whole 2 seconds, the Irenes is like, wow, do you want some? She'll buy you a little bit.
Now, just from looking, because I'm slightly kind of weirded out about this, but at the same time I'm curious.
She is a drow. Yeah.
Okay, good. Okay, good.
Yeah.
Because I'm gonna say if there's someone that's not a drow, I'll be very
Making this- yeah.
surprised, and I'm gonna be like, how do they know so much about this? Okay.
She's a drow. She looks to be kind of like a servant the servant caste. You don't know how the hell she got out. She might not even tell you. She'll just say, "Don't worry about it. Eat my food." But you
Don't worry
notice
about
that
it.
she got out, and she is here now, and she looks kind of content. And not many people are eating at her stand, but there are a couple of drow children, which is very strange as well, that are here. And they look well fed, and they like some of the. There's a slight drow presence here, not like in an ethnic sense, but this town is fucking populous.
Mhm.
There's all types here, and like that is even a food stand from the fucking Underdark with Underdark food is here.
Yeah, we can get something. Huh?
She'll cover. She gets you like she gets this like a small cup of this mushroom porridge, which doesn't look appetizing, but is actually pretty good. She says it's a bit too salty for her taste, but for you, it's fucking perfect. And she, you get like a little falafel-looking thing that has like unleavened breads that are easy to make, and a little bit of like moss. Like that have been like seasoned and toasted on some crispy, like crispy chicken. Because you can have chickens down there; they just look weird and anemic. But on crispy chicken,
Okay.
and it's fucking delicious. Like you actually get a weird ratatouille moment where you remember stuff. Like you cannot remember the last time you ate this, and you think you were a child. So that's a cute little thing that happens in the town too. And she smiles at you. She almost looks like she is enjoying this strange adventure. And she's not flirting with anybody like she sees. She's behaving. She is more content. Like that whole like initial like I'm gonna run off and fucking do everything. She kind of seemed to have got it out of her system. A little bit. I mean, a little bit, but she's still like happy. You two are walking together. Give me a perception check.
All right.
Oh, what are people? Okay, you do not notice that every once in a while. I'm just gonna tell you, meta-wise, every once in a while, like when you're walking. No, yeah, she's on drugs. When you're walking, she is walking closer to you as opposed to like at a distance where she can draw her bow. She is comfy, but a little too comfy. But you don't notice. Like she's not on guard is the main thing.
Right. Yeah. I'm just okay.
Which would make her suspicious if she was. She was usually walking around like a normal tiefling here.
Mhm.
So she is actually like chill. Is the main thing. She's not like guarded. She's not like eyeing everything and looking at the exits and like gonna shoot someone with a bow. She is legit walking around with you in a market trying out food.
She's having a good time. That's good.
Yep. But you don't notice how good of a good time she's having. That she let her guard down. So if like shit would happen, she'd be like, "Oh crap!"
Shoot.
Instead of like, "Yeah."
All right.
Oh, it is getting now to you all do this, and it is around 9 p.m. ish. Of like you're scouting around in the general area.
All right. So yeah, definitely want to be back about now.
Serenity, you actually get a good job. Like as you guys get into the inn, Baylor enters. Revi hangs back and says, "Good job. Your big sis appreciates you, not just running off."
I smile.
Her whatever her it looks like her hair as she was walking like fought off the braid. You just shittily braided it, so as she just kept walking, it kind of like unraveled itself. But apparently, you think her hair is resistant to braiding. That's it. What it is. It must be it. It's some kind of weird fucking drow thing.
I'll have
Resistant to braiding.
I'll have to use magic on it next time.
Nice.
Here you go. All right, 9 p.m. and now you guys are back inside, so I can turn that down. It is slightly more lively in the inn, and by slightly more lively, it's just like there's a few more people downstairs. They're more sitting at the bar than anything, like discussing politics. The main thing you hear is the Duke's third son, Rodolphe, is just kind of being a bit strange. That's just the main thing that sticks out. Strange and secretive. Wonder what the hell he's up to. Oh, he's possibly taken on like another lover that someone doesn't approve of, the family doesn't approve of. He is the Duke's son. Well, he is a little eccentric. Maybe he has darker tastes, and there's just like a kind of like a pretentious laugh, like ha ha,
I'm sure we also get an earful of who's sleeping with whose husband in the town.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Here and there.
Of course.
Like, I saw Shirley running around with Dave this morning.
Yeah.
Oh, I wonder what that could be. I bet Mary is. I can't wait until Mary finds out about that. Oh my gracious.
So funny thing is that since you guys arrived at 9 and came in, you guys missed like the more red light districty shit like starting to open up in an hour. So that was a good thing. Like around 10, like the nightlife tends to happen here.
Yeah.
More of those callers are outside to bring you in. Or more streetwalkers be walking the streets. It's kind of obvious. And as you all settle, just like come in and settle in. Let me grab dude. Your bounty hunter walks in. You still haven't gotten his name. Because, I mean, he didn't offer it. And he just, but he is known. You just ask about him. He walks in. And the first thing he does is he walks up to you, Baylor. He greets you, with class and manner.
I greet him back.
Reaches in his pouch. Takes out a small coin pouch, hands it to you, and he says, "I would just drop this. Give you your money back."
That's quite unfortunate.
Come, we have a little to discuss here. Hans. Yes. Private room. Oh, yes, very well. One moment. Excuse me, sir. I'll just say he was here. Yes, we need room. Yes. The bounty hunter kind of just looks at him. Very well, thank you. He just goes to a table. He thanks him graciously, flips him a gold coin. This is the bounty hunter spending off his own money now, not yours.
Yeah.
Come on in.
Bad stuff.
Bad sign. The ear needs to be like, ooh, this is juicy. I suppose the child is with you as well.
I'm leaving Serenity out there.
Revy wants to know. I guess Revy will ask to be filled in.
Yeah.
Okay. Verdar, Andor, or no, actually, Andor can stay here. Do you want Andor to watch her?
You mean Revy can stay and or can watch her? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that works.
So Serenity, Andor is here, and he sits at a table with you, and he just kind of folds his hands, which you know are skeletal hands, and he just sits and he stares at you.
I kind of sit and stare at him too, and I'm like, so what's your favorite color?
Why does that matter?
All right, so what do you like to do in your spare time?
I assume he stops and he thinks.
Oh no, he's thinking.
No.
Whoa.
Do you know what? Now you see, like, so it's kind of hard to see this, I guess, on the skeleton, but it's because he's disguised, you can actually kind of see it now. You know what? He looks at you, he speaks to you like an adult, matter of factly. I like to read books. He just realized he has all the time in the world, if he lives, to read. That's why he was thinking, like, what the hell do I do with all this time when I'm not, like, a carriage man?
300 years from now, he's going to be one of the most powerful mages in the continent. Just because he's had nothing else to do but read.
He's
spell
well read.
books.
Yes.
He's a scholar.
So what he's going to talk to you about is he's going to talk to you about some fiction that he's heard of, some fiction novels, and they're fantastical, weird, penny dreadfully stuff he's talking about that he's heard of.
I'm enthralled and I ask lots of questions, and I'm like, and like I get really engaged with the character he's talking about. It's like, well, what does he do next? It doesn't sound like he would do that though.
He's going to have to ask Baylor for a book. Baylor, he's going to ask, like, may I, like, later on, he's going to be weird, like, may I get something from the library? Then you're going to be like, what?
Yeah, I'm gonna stare at him funny for a few seconds.
Yeah, just gonna just sit there blankly for a minute, like he's becoming a threat.
Well, no, I don't question that. My hold over him is unquestionable. But
It's like
he
what?
requested.
Why would my tool want
Yeah.
to do anything other than guard my carriage?
or do my bidding. If I don't tell him, what he has an opinion? What?
In this game, we explore what it means to become immortal.
Seems like there's a lot of that going on, doesn't there?
Yeah. All right, so let me
I will
go
eventually, yes, allow him to.
Get a fiction book.
Yes. All right. So, urban bounty hunter.
So the noise dies down as, like, he closes the door, and you notice a strange effect passing on this door. Revy points it out to you with her detect magic. Interesting. Just right here in this private room is a silent effect on the walls.
Okay, fair.
I like
It
it.
is a legit private room. Like, it is completely, like, it's one of those rooms that are way too quiet in a way.
Mm.
The ones
luckily,
with like
there's
the
people-
padding on the wall where you can like
Yeah,
literally hear your
That
own
is like
heartbeat.
negative decibels and heartbeat. But luckily, like, there's rustling in here, and you all can
Yeah.
can figure things out. All right, hold on. Let me find it again.
Slightly disconcerted for a second, but then get over it out of
It
interest.
much to your relief because you don't actually have a heartbeat and you think other people might notice.
I do have a heartbeat right now.
Oh.
Oh yeah, he does right now.
But what about Revy?
Does she have a heartbeat pumping the blood that she's drank through her veins?
Sort of magically, yes, because
Or not a
magic.
heartbeat, but still
Yeah.
blood pumping
Yeah, it's
through?
a flow. Yeah, it's a magic flow, which is why torpor is a thing. It stops the flow. It's a vampire thing.
Yeah.
I'm not usually one to say this because I'm pretty well known in this city. But what you're asking for, what you want me to look into, way over your head. Your boy's been pinched. I mean, pinched something good. He's gotten himself into a little bit of trouble. And I don't think it's worth it. So I advise you to drop it because I don't think it's worth it to you either. I don't know if you want that kind of trouble.
Trouble from whom?
He looks around. He knocks on the wall, and there's no sound. He looks up, and you all immediately understand the somatic and verbal components of detect magic.
Mm-hmm.
He looks around. All right, there's nobody scrying here. He leans in. Cultists.
Cultists? What kind of cultists?
The bad kind. The kind that take you out back and drain you dry and do things with your body afterwards.
How horrible.
Gosh dang it. Okay.
What kind of foul creature would be a part of
Who would do such a thing?
I fucking love this game.
Do these cultists have a name?
It looks like he was caught by this group. Call himself the Fingers.
How strange.
David, you know who the Fingers are, right?
Absolutely no, yeah.
Fingers of Vecna.
I know he's already been caught by probably the head cleric. The cleric who sent me on my mission originally, or at least that's who my mind is assuming right now.
This cult is well connected and apparently knows some very powerful people in the city. And they have some of the guard in their pocket. Advice my contact told me is to drop it. I didn't ask any more questions after that. I didn't want to let them know that I was looking into this for a client. So how important is this to you?
As troublesome as this it could be, it's actually quite important that I get a hold of this man. This halfling.
How many more of those do you have? And he nods at Verdar. How many more of them do you got? The Irony kind of just like perks her eyebrow, and he's like, and she says, "What am I, chopped liver?" He says it in like a playful tone.
I have 3 or 4, but I could hire more.
Well, unless you're gonna hire the guard. And possibly some of the army. You know, cannon fodder. I wouldn't suggest it. He's not calling you cannon fodder Vidar, but he's calling like others you would hire.
I will take that into consideration.
Yeah, your boy pissed off some major people.
Do you know where he was last located?
Oh yeah. He apparently had some run-in with the other already established entrepreneurial self-starter business around here. He is not. I mean, he's coyly, but very obviously mentioning the Thieves Guild.
Yeah. I see. All right. Well, thank you for your time.
Yeah.
And I go ahead and leave him the 20 gold anyway.
He sighs. You're either a kind man, or no, you're either a brave man or a fool, or a brave fool. Thank you.
Ah, no, thank you.
He goes and he leads you to the room. And he goes, sits in his corner, a different corner, and thinks.
All right. I figure we'll go have to talk to this Thieves Guild, find out where they're located. They may have been the last ones to know where he was before. Is the door open?
No, he closes it behind him.
Okay. Before and I'll look at Revi and have her just do a detect magic just to make sure he didn't leave any surprises.
He didn't.
Just in case he
So-
was too curious.
No, so she left. The only thing you notice is she notices is like a left behind effect. Because it wasn't as powerful as how she can do it, of non-detection on himself.
I'm assuming that ring.
Yeah, well, no, not the ring. It's something. Some effect that was cast on him recently, possibly by Scroll. He was spooked and had that cast on him.
Oh, wow.
Fair.
All right. I'll have
So-
to.
So
He
basically,
really wants that ring, though.
So basically, he realized he's getting into deep stuff, and he's like, "Yeah, nope, I'm cleansing myself of this."
Gold's not worth it.
He walked down 5 different alleys before he got here to throw anyone off, just in case. But we're still gonna find him murdered in an alley a day from now.
Well, I mean, I gave him the gold.
Yeah.
People are going to find him 20 gold richer. They may put 2 and 2 together what he was looking into.
Uh-oh. So Serenity put a thought in his head.
Oh my
You
god.
writing? You writing a book? What? Writing a book?
Oh my god. So we may need to try to make contact with my other compatriots, or we can try to find the Thieves Guild to see where he was last located, last known.
None of you have like the background with like urban bounty hunter or anything like that, right? Criminal or spy or anything like that? I don't think so.
My background is charlatan.
Charlatan. Does that have one?
So
It's like- I just want to hold on. Hold that thought real quick. I want to turn off the AC. Holy shit, I'm cold now. Nice.
Okay.
I mean, Andor has all that free time when he's just sitting in the cart. Now it's gonna be productive. He's gonna have like a series of best-selling novels.
So that's my background.
All right. Let's see. Every charlatan has an angle. So you got okay. So your thing is false identity. Excuse me.
False identity and reading people.
So
Okay.
what's your favorite scam? Just as an for sake of interest.
I'm pretty sure I put on new identities like clothes. I don't know if I put that in my character sheet.
So his is just the impersonation.
So,
Good.
like, I was at one point impersonated a cleric of St. Cuthbert. Then I started impersonating a noble.
Fried mushrooms. That looks good as fuck.
So basically, you're the guy who scams people pretending to be like their brother that lives in another state.
Not necessarily like that. I pretend that I'm part of some group or other, like, oh, I'm a traveling noble, or I'm a cleric on a pilgrimage. Something to kind of insinuate myself into an area with some kind of authority that'll make it easier to gather information
Uh,
without, or not necessarily gather information, but
gain prestige within the community.
yeah, prestige or get sway with people. Whether that's through
Yeah.
authority of the church or authority of money.
So give me the strongest drink you have for 20 gold.
Dang.
He wants to forget what he heard. Yes, I managed to get Noir in this bitch once more.
Yes.
So that's what you've got. Since you picked up the fingers, and cultist Verdar, you don't know what it is, but Revi asks, "Do we fill him in? He's involved with us."
I suppose he knows enough.
So she turns and she's gonna let you fill it in, but she just turns to him and says, "Fingers of Vecna," and
Dun,
she
dun,
leaves it for you. She leaves it to you.
I mean, I'm pretty sure he's seen me, have sermons of Vecna, so he knows that's who I worship.
I've seen it.
I mean, you don't try to hide it in the layer.
I'm from a larger. I came from a larger sect. I split off on a mission that was given to me, and started my local church here. And but the head priest who gave me this mission feels I have not been as successful as I should be. When he sent me here with very little in the way of preparation or foreknowledge. I was even unaware that we had a sect in this city.
Or resources, or manpower,
Yeah,
or
he just kind of
clear
sent me on my own.
goals.
Well,
Or even
no, there was clear goals. I'm just not necessarily saying what that is.
Yeah. Yeah, she does. Yeah, that part they'll keep hidden.
Yeah.
But
so yeah, keeping what the actual mission is. I just explain that I was sent here, but without resources, without being told what's necessarily here, and expected to complete the mission on my own, kind of thing. And that's why I've started this group to gather my own resources to gather my manpower.
So they're the ones that grabbed Eli. What do? So Revi's got her hand on the table, just like, so do we still go after Eli?
Well, yes. Unfortunately, if he's made himself an enemy of Vecna.
And we still have to get back the item.
Yes.
The item. The Uranus says, oh, well, this town just got more interesting.
I suppose first I will try to search around and see if I can find any clues or markers that will lead to the cult. See if I can find its location. If I can, try to bargain for the item. If I'm successful, I will unfortunately have to leave Eli to his fate.
If
With
that's
his-
what we need to do. He was always slippery, but it looks like
Yes.
his luck finally ran out, as it tends to.
With as much attachment as I can get to someone I didn't fully trust, I will miss him.
Deities lets out a small laugh. Mr. Bones.
God damn it. I will start the search tomorrow.
Yes. Revy.
Sorry, I'm reading the side conversation.
Yes, I know, it's great. There you go. That would be his name. A. Bones. That would be the author name. The person name.
Gosh dang it.
Wonderful.
But so the Irenes kind of just like leans up against the wall and she says, "Alright. So the mission is find the guy, retrieve the item, and somehow this ties all in to a cult. Very well connected and has guards in their pocket."
Do not make an enemy of the cult.
She nods. "I wouldn't want to. I've seen what you all are capable of." "But what if the cult decides to make an enemy of you?" She says with her head twisted, and that gets a look from, like a wry look from Revy. Like,
They can be quite violent, not caustic, right?
yes, well, harming to the touch, I guess, is caustic.
Yeah, they can be quite caustic, but I'm not yet strong enough. I won't say that. I'm not yet ready to supersede or secede,
Branch off on your own.
take power from the leader. I will eventually take over this church, take over his resources.
Speaking very frankly, Irenes walks over to Verdere and puts a hand, even though she knows he doesn't like that, on his shoulder pauldron.
She's done it enough times at this point. I
Yeah.
just tolerate it.
Yeah, you're just like, God damn it. I will. You know that my alliance with you is one of convenience, but you have shown my master much kindness, and I, of course, under his guidance, will lend my bow. However, if it comes to it, I am bound to protect him, and only him.
Wait,
Do you
what?
understand? She says, the Irenes,
She's talking to who right now?
to you.
Oh, okay. For a second, I thought she went over to Aaron's character and put her hand on her shoulder.
She did.
No, she did, but like
Oh.
to stand by him and talk to you.
Okay, so she was doing that, but
Yeah,
directing.
Talking to you.
Yeah, to you. So she says, my loyalty is to him. If I must, I will protect him.
I absolutely
she's-
understand.
No insight needed. She's worried. A former companion you're willing to like rescue, but at the same time, sacrifice if necessary. She does not want you to do that to Verdar, and she's telling you that given the option, she will fight you too. She is not just bound, but you also pick up too. It's not just because she's bound to him. She feels some affection towards him after today. This is the Inn of Feels, goddammit.
The Inn of Feels. Beautiful. Oh, I absolutely understand.
And Revy says, well, Revy without the hand on shoulder thing, just, and I will do the same for my master. So like, retainer and retainer stare off. Loyalty, beautiful thing.
Yes, I would expect nothing less.
God damn, this fucking game is amazing. New from the budding author, E-Bones drilling off the Black Keep and the Army Doesn't Sleep.
That's actually pretty good.
That's pretty fucking good.
I'd read that.
Purchased from a millennium-long curse. Yes! That sounds like a Penny fucking Dreadful, alright. I love it. We gotta use that.
Basically, it's the story of us liberating the keep, but without us and only him.
Yes!
Yes.
And I gotta call it A-Bones. Penny Dreadful.
And, what? And with the hope that people start seeing undead skeletons in a brighter light.
Oh my god, he'd be propaganda.
Yeah.
Alright,
Beautiful.
so
Yeah,
we
they're
will.
just mistaken.
We're misunderstood. We all have our own paths to walk. So it is midnight and we can end the session here, but you guys now know the cult of Vecna is involved. Well, everybody but Serenity, because she's talking, she's convincing a skeleton to become an author.
That is funny.
Yes.
And so everybody but her knows that the cult of Vecna is involved. They're connected with the city. They're connected with the government. Very secretive, and it could be trouble, and it could be related to Baylor's mentor slash leader.
Mhm.
That kind of left him high and dry to pursue his own things. And Eli got all caught up in this mess. He thought he was just gonna strike a deal with the dragon, but the dragon instead, got involved with other things. Got him involved in other things that he could not escape.
Not
Also,
prepared for.
yeah, he was not prepared for, especially not with doing shit on his own instead of with the party. So this is where the session ends. Yeah, the first day, I will say now, like, this day ended at with all of this and shit, it would be like 10:15 p.m. Enough for Serenity to start yawning.
Yeah.
But it is like perfect ambient temperature in here, perfectly lit. Everything smells good and not too strong. There's an urban bounty hunter slamming back shots from a bottle
God damn.
at the fucking table or at the bar. Like a patron next to him going like, "Hey man, slow down. Slow down. I don't think I've got much time left."
People see him spending so much money, they're gonna wonder where he got it from.
Yeah, he's gonna end up in an alley somewhere. Poor dude. That's so noir. It's like the most noir thing ever.
You make sure to tell Ashley that we got to play the fucking soundtrack again.
Yes.
Nice.
All right, so yeah, there's this session, and yeah, Andor has promised the first signed copy to Serenity.
It's the one
Awesome.
that's given him the idea.
So first, it'll start with, "Master, may I have a book?" To, "Where did I put my ink and quill?" To like finding weird like drafts of like a skeleton liberating a keep. Who the hell wrote this? Just like around the layer. Oh,
Like, how did this get in the library?
this is terrible. Oh, yeah.
Like, who writes this smut? Then you read through it. I can't get enough.
I mean, I'm pretty sure my character would make the connection.
Yeah. A-Bones. Come on.
Bones.
And I mean, basically our adventure that we did to liberate the keep, but now only one undead.
Roll an insight and you fail it. And it's like, this sounds strangely familiar. Have I read this author before?
Yes.
Almost like a telling of my life. All right, but yeah, thank you for so much for the side plot too, or side stuff too. Hell yeah. Oh, I guess, and you notice eventually. So when you guys come out of the like the door opens, Revy's the first one to open the door. Sitting at the table with Serenity and Andor, who is oddly like looking, like staring at the little boy who says hi. So there's three of them at the table now. The little boy, who slides another muffin to Serenity, and Andor, hands like crossed,
Actually
kind of just
talking,
there. Yeah, talking.
which is odd.
Odd, and not odd to anybody else, but the party. But everybody else is just like, that guy was a silent dude, and now he's talking to like a 10-year-old and a 12-year-old about a book.
Yeah, it's
Huh.
this. So the idea I had was like maybe like the skeleton, right? And he like, but he's alive, and he goes into this keep, right? And and at some point he gets to ride over the battlements in a griffin.
I'm going to say my character thinks so little of Andor at this point. Like, Andor is basically more like a fixture, something he talks at but not to, that he won't realize that Andor had been talking.
Oh,
So
that's so
he doesn't even
brutal.
like question anything right now while he's talking about the book.
He doesn't even hear him speak to Serenity.
Yeah.
He's like, "Oh, uh, you're still here. Why aren't you at the cart?"
No, he got his own
No,
room.
he has his own room,
Yeah.
but now he's gonna stay up all night, like thinking of things. Like he
Because he
actually has
can.
shit. Yeah, he actually has shit to think about now instead of just like, I'm in a hotel room.
There's gonna be like marks, like in the wall from like Dagger where he's just like marked out ideas. Since he doesn't have ink and quill, he just has his dagger just writing on the walls.
Kind of hope not.
It's gonna look like that one movie, God, where it's like the number 23 or something, where just all the wall is just filled with writing.
Oh my god. No, he I assume he knows better than to carve into the wall.
Oh no, he does. No, he does. He's got so many ideas flowing in his head now. Like as he's gonna be driving the cart, he's like, no, maybe I should have the hero do this. And the hero is a total Mary Sue, type. Penny Dreadful, good at everything.
But the world has not encountered the Penny Dreadful of this of this uh quality yet. He's gonna be a hit. I mean, who comes up with the idea of a sentient skeleton? It's so raunchy, you know. Even Paleo are just like, it's their secret thing. It's like, oh, the the skeleton, what's it doing now? Skeletons are so bad, but this one, there's something about him.
God, that's terrible. I love it. Holy shit. Just a side thing while all the dramatic shit's going on. It's perfect.
Yes.
One day we're going to actually like storm into a church of Palor, or like their main headquarters, and it's just gonna be like, you jump into the you bust down the head priest's chamber, and you just see him chunk a book in the fire. He was not expecting someone to come in. It's like, well, what was that book he was reading? It looks like this Penny Dreadful named Fortress and a Black Key. I don't know. It's kind of burnt. The scandal.
All right. y'all get some good sleep. But this was good shit.
Hell yeah.
No combat, but still good shit.
Oh no, you don't need combat.
No.
Like,
No, I told y'all motherfuckers get distracted and lost.
yes.
I mean, you had fucking Verdere had street food that reminded him of home. Even
Serenity made a friend.
Fried
Serenity made a
mushrooms.
Serenity made a friend and inspired an idea. You guys found out stuff about Serenity and her weird connection with her patron, and now you know the cult of Vecna is involved in whatever the fuck Eli is. He meant to borrow, quote unquote, borrow the fucking an orb of dragon kind, and somehow got involved in some cultist plot and got himself caught. And also the two what was it, cohorts staring off at each other, talking about like if push comes to shove, they're loyal to their masters.
Yes.
That fucking anime moment right there. God damn, I love this. This fucking evil game's the shit. You guys
Hell
are
yeah.
awesome. Thank you very much.
Do know I love it.
I can't do this without y'all, man. Thanks. Oh yeah. So
Alright.
next Wednesday, same time.
Yeah.
Hell
Looking
yeah.
for it.
Alright.
All right.
Alright.
Y'all-
Catch you later. I'm headed to bed.
Catch you-